You guys are way too generous, man. That's awesome. It's not too often you find generosity like that. I mean, no, it's just the fact that you just don't. I mean, speaking of generosity, I've been one of my daughter's friends. We were kind enough to open our home up to, and he's been, you know, living here for a while, and you know, he's on occasion, you know, once in a while when he can afford it, he gives us $50 for rent to stay, you know, use the water, the utilities, the internet, and stuff like that. So he's been living here, and yeah, it's been like that for like almost a year now. So, and he had came up, you know, he left the house a few weeks ago and didn't say anything, and we're like, oh, is he okay? So I texted my daughter. It's like, hey, is he okay? I haven't heard from him in a while. You know, it's unusual. And he's like, oh yeah, he's out shooting with a friend up in the hills. I'm like, oh, okay. My son comes home the other day. He's like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh, I was just hanging out with him, and here's the house key back. I'm like, he moved out? He didn't say nothing? Okay. So I walk into the room he's been renting from us, and it's trashed. I was like, oh man, you know, I opened up my house, and you know, all he had to do was keep his room clean, and he left a massive mess up there. And my son was like, you know what, Dad? He goes, I want to move into that room, so I'm gonna clean it up. I was like, cool. But needless to say, my son was nice. He cleaned it up, and he literally pulled like 5 garbage bags of crap out of there, and a broken bong. So it's like, okay, guess he didn't want to take that with him. But no, it's just like, it's like, you know, I don't mind that he skipped out without paying, you know, what he usually pays for I guess rent is what we'd call it. You know, it was like $50 a week to use the internet, the water, the, you know, facilities to stay warm. And not much, you know, it's just, you know, something, right? So he decided he skipped out on that for the last 2 weeks, because, you know, every now and then he would pay every 2 weeks instead. You know, no big deal. I wasn't too mad about it. You know, whatever. But to skip out and leave the room trash like that was just, that's just bad. That, I think I'm more upset about that, you know, that he left the room trash like that. And then we even set his room up for locks and shit, and the whole 9 yards, and stayed out of his way and let him do whatever he wanted, because, you know, we're that type of people. And it's not the first time we've been burnt like that either. We actually modified our garage at one time to help someone out, and they were, you know, renting our garage from us, and well, they did the same thing. It's like, I don't know why I keep opening up my house to, you know, help people out. But I don't know, I just have hope in humanity someday that, you know, if I'm ever down on my luck, that somebody throws a bone my way. You know? Life sucks, I've been there. I think that's why I find it so easy to jump on the PS4 and start streaming and just shoot the shit and talk to people, because, you know, I just, this is who I am. Yeah. You saving some bones? I bet you're saving a bone, attaboy. Ship Attaboy, everybody. He is a longtime follower of my stream. He is probably, what, number third follower out of everybody on my stream. So he doesn't show up too often because, you know, I farm sim and he's like against farm simming. I don't know why. I guess it reminds him of the old days. But how you doing, Attaboy? Miss you, man. He's truly a funny guy. he's come because we do talk a lot, him and I. He's become more like a brother to me than he's like family, dude. It's crazy. He's just a great guy. You guys are all sweet. You're not missing much. I have to get over just a smidgen more for the overhang. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of streams on that 7 Days to Die, and every time I watched one this morning, and these people were on day 28. They had just started day 28, and their base setup was unfreaking believable. I don't know if that was doing anything. Oh, no problem, Big. It's okay. Doing good. Fam took a break from picking cotton to check the stream out. I love the concept if they can put dying light graphics with it. Well, you know, Attaboy, I know you like the concept, and here's how I'm looking at it. It's sometimes not about the graphics, but how the game works. I've seen some games with some pretty crappy graphics, but the gameplay is just excellent. That's how I'm going to be looking at this one here. I mean, one would say blah, 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 blah. One would say that I had a brain fart and I can't speak. Borderlands could be, I mean, Borderlands a good game, but it's, for some people it's too cartoony, you know? But the gameplay is actually decent. It's... If I carry this, I'm gonna have to carry this field all the way down. That's what the problem is. Okay. So let me drop this guy here. That's why it looks so weird through there. Oh, there was just... I get really weird when there's like a little smidgen of misalignment on my field. So I'm gonna try to make that go away. I'm good at some stuff. I just... See, it's weird because I know they... With that that zombie game, there's a lot of crafting and stuff, and you know, there's a little bit of that. If you watch the trailer on from the creators on what they were thinking about when they made the game, they did take aspects of Minecraft to it, and it's like, I have never played Minecraft, so you know, I would be so lost at that game, and it sucks so hard. And it's like, I would definitely need help. Oh yeah, wait. Or you could get it after. Speaking of Fallout 4, Attaboy will attest to this. When I got the game, he was watching me stream it because, you know, he was like, dude, get this game, it's awesome. So I got Fallout 4, and I literally spent 5 hours exploring, and he's like, dude, what did you get done? I'm like, nothing, I've been exploring. He's like, really? So he knows I like the exploration games, the games that I just go out and derp around. That's why I'm gonna like, you know, No Man's Sky so much, because there's no mission objectives. It's just whatever you can think of for creation. Yeah, I've already got things into play, so I'll be on the night it comes out, and it'll be probably an all-nighter, which I normally don't do too often, but that is a survival space exploration. That's if they don't push it back any further. I know they've been doing a lot of polishing. That it's a small team of people creating it. It's an indie game, and they've been polishing the hell out of it. There's rumors that they may put space whales in it. Oh yeah, it actually started pre-selling back in March, but they pushed it 20 days before the game was to come out. They added a few features to it, and there was a lot more to it than just adding a few features for polish. They couldn't technically release the game, which had a lot to do with it because they were in the middle of a um, one of these civil suits with the the people who own the name Sky. So in theory, they couldn't, use the word Sky in their game until they solved the issue. And they thought it was going to be solved by now, so they ended up. Do I want to start from this end? No, I'll start from the other end. They wanted to make sure it was solved before they released the game. So now that it's solved, they can finish the polishing on it. I don't think I went far enough with my plow job down here. I think I'm going to have to go all the way down through to make this work. Yes, I am. So I think that was one of the contributing factors on why it was delayed. But they also wanted to, polish it up. And I'd rather have a nice polished game than a piece of garbage. You know? Alright, I think that should do it. Do-do-do. Alright, so now I'm going to try to line this grass up with... This tractor is really weird. Let me back it up. Whoops. I'm going to hire a worker so it's just a nice straight line. Nope. It automatically pulls from you. Let's back that up a little bit. Gotta go over just a smidgen more. There we go. That should be a nice straight line all the way down now. Perfect. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. So, with these two fields cultivated together, done plowing together, You're probably going to want to change the direction of the cultivation on it. Do you plan on cultivating it in left to right or up and down? Now, if you wanted, maybe we can save that for a different episode, but we could almost also expand it out a little bit, but it would require us to rip out these trees. But if you like the trees, we can keep it like this for now to see how it does. Four DLCs have come out for Fallout 4. I know, you've been trying to get me back on the game. I'm like, no, not gonna do it, not gonna do it. Alright, so now we gotta head down. Yeah, I would cultivate it first to see if we missed any green patches. But it should be fine. Let me check the other side real quick. I concentrated on one side. I didn't check this other side here to make sure it was all evened up. Oh, I got a little bit of grass I gotta do on this side. Grab the other side. Gotta make sure it's perfect. Perfect. Alright. Field is now combined, even on these two sides. Let the eye grip it and rip it. I'll bring the cedar and the plows down to... I'll grab the big cedar and move here. Oh, can I not attach this to the front? There we go. We'll grab the big plow for now. Alright, the next project he needs help with is on 33 and 32. It's got this wavy thing there. We're gonna go take a look at it. And to be honest, I haven't played a lot on this map, so... Oop! Nosedive. Oh shit. Guess what? I glanced over at my computer screen and I think I got the tractor stuck. Did. Oh wait, I think I got it. Let's bounce it out of the way. Hey, I did it. I got it unstuck. Okay, so where's 33? I'm nowhere's near it. We'll follow this road. I see it. Alright, let's see what we got going on with this field here. So, it's definitely can see where the AIs are going to just stop working on this field. Let's see. We also want to make sure you get as much cropping out of it as possible. Sorry, I didn't realize that was so... I had that up all the way. So I'm thinking... because the way this field is looking, if we start our plow here and plowed straight up, to almost the corner, well, maybe the corner itself, and then cut straight across, and then we can nip it. Well, let's see how that looks. Worst case, we just grass over, right? You get a better yield for silage if you use corn. Yes, you get more corn than you will out of your grass. Well, yes, but what I'm saying is if it takes you, say, to fill a trailer grass-wise, it takes you 3/4 of a field of grass, where corn will take you a quarter of a field, or that's what I mean by yield.